Do we have to stop?
No, we actually had a complaint from the imam in the mosque.
Really?
The imam complained?
Yep.
Oh, about what have we done?
That you're harassing.
You are not going to believe how this one unfolds. A journalist walks out to Whitechapel in London with the most straightforward assignment imaginable. Stop people on the street and ask them what British culture actually means to them. No confrontation planned, no agenda, just a microphone and a simple question. But within minutes of setting up outside a mosque, everything starts going sideways. A man begins following them around with his phone raised, watching every single move. Then the imam inside the mosque picks up the phone and calls the police. Not because anyone was threatened, not because anyone was abused, but because someone was standing on a public pavement asking willing participants a perfectly legal question. Then a mosque official steps in and starts throwing around words like harassment and antagonizing, threatening to have them removed. And through all of it, the police are parked right outside just sitting and watching. This is one of those videos where the situation itself tells you everything you need to know. Stay right here because this one does not go the way anyone expected and every single minute is worth watching.
Hey there, okay, so I came out to Whitechapel in London to do some interviews in the area because it's a very multicultural area and we wanted to ask people what they thought the British culture was. Thought it would be an interesting place to do that. Because we were outside the mosque, we started having a guy follow us around with his cell phone and come up to us and basically say, like, you're not allowed to film here, which we perfectly are allowed to film here. It's a public street. The imam himself ended up calling the police on us for just interviewing people outside. We weren't harassing anyone. We weren't forcing them to do interviews. We were keeping the camera down and the police came up to us and they had a million questions about what's your report about? Who do you work for? What questions are you asking? Like that's somehow relevant to what we're doing. And they're just waiting there. They're just waiting there in their police car as we stand here and ask people perfectly safe questions like, what does it mean to be British? Anyways, the police car is just sitting there and they're just waiting for us to get out of here. Well, in your opinion, what do you think it means to be British?
To have the British passport, maybe? Yeah.
So you think it's just to have a British passport?
Yeah, I think, yeah. To be born here, yeah.
Think there's any like cultural aspects to being British?
No, because it's a multicultural country anyway, so you don't have to be a specific culture to be a British. You can be a British and anything else.
Alright guys, this one escalates faster than you'd expect. A journalist heads out to Whitechapel, London with one simple goal: ask locals what British culture actually means to them. Sounds straightforward, right? But within minutes of setting up outside a mosque, a man starts following them around with his phone, clearly unhappy about the camera. Then the imam himself picks up the phone and calls the police. Not because anyone was threatened, not because anyone was harassed, simply because someone was standing on a public street asking perfectly legal questions. The police arrive and start demanding answers. Who do you work for? What are you reporting on? What questions are you asking? And then they just sit there in their car watching and waiting.
It's furries outside a mosque.
What does it mean to be British? I think, for me anyway, British is being multicultural, a society which is multicultural, accepting people of different beliefs, different backgrounds. Modern day Britain is not what it was 300 years ago, but it had its own unique cultures, but now it's a mix of cultures. Does that make sense?
Right.
Its food had to become mixed, its dress sense has become mixed, because we take the best from the world. That's what British is.
Good thing or a bad thing that British, kind of the idea of being British doesn't have a cultural aspect to it anymore?
I think it's good. All successful countries are multicultural. I think multicultural is a good thing. That's what makes a country successful.
Do you think that there is a kind of core like British culture that's distinct from the multiculturalism, or do you think there is just multiculturalism?
It's just multiculturalism. I don't think there's a specific way, specific culture that is part of British. I think it's just being British is embracing all these different cultural differences.
Oh yeah, he's making a call. Wonderful. Yeah, he's literally like peeking around the corner.
Pathway.
It is a public pathway.
Well, you can't be doing it in front of the mosque.
But it's a public pathway.
So you're going to keep doing it? Is that what you're saying?
I'm perfectly allowed to be
You're
filming
allowed to?
there,
Okay,
yes.
That's no problem. No problem.
Now the interviews are running and the answers coming back are genuinely fascinating. People outside the mosque are saying British identity is entirely multicultural. No single culture defines it anymore. It is a blend of everything. One man puts it well, saying modern Britain takes the best from the world and that is what makes it successful. But while these conversations are happening, something else is unfolding in the background. A man is spotted lurking around the corner, phone raised, watching every move the journalist makes. He then steps forward and confronts them directly, making clear he is not happy about the filming outside the mosque. The journalist holds their ground, reminds him it is a public pathway, and the man responds by saying he is going to make a call. The pressure is building.
Do you plan on doing something about it? So you plan on keep doing it. I'm going to make a call. All right. Some girls taking photos of me over there. Okay.
British means you are permanent and you are resident of this country.
British culture means to be multicultural. Would you agree with that?
That's of course is 100%. Yeah.
So how do we distinct British culture? Do you think there's a unique British culture, or is it just multiculturalism?
Is a multicultural.
Just
Multicultural.
British means having value, dignity, and respect. You know, everybody respect each other, and that's what London is to me. Yeah.
Now, like, for example, I'm not allowed to enter this building here because I'm a woman. Do you find that tolerant or no?
Well, you have to put scarf over your head or something, and then you can go in. I'm sure there are women that can go in there. Yes, there are a lot of religious places, particularly in Muslim religious, that you cannot do. There's some segregation.
Do you consider yourself British?
Yeah, I'm British. Yeah, I'm a British person. Yes, all right, no problem.
Do you think that to be British, you have to have certain cultural values, speak a certain
Everything got no problem. Very nice. Very nice. Very nice.
What is British culture?
The street interviews continue, but this is where the real irony of the whole situation starts to surface. A woman standing just outside the mosque casually mentions that she is not actually allowed to enter the building simply because she is a woman. This moment lands right in the middle of a broader conversation about British values, tolerance, and multiculturalism. The contrast could not be sharper. People on the pavement celebrating how open and accepting modern Britain is, while right behind them a religious institution operates with its own set of rules that openly exclude half the population. Nobody seems to find it uncomfortable except the camera.
Sure.
Culture, it's actually multicultural.
Do you think it's a blood thing, or do you think it's a culture thing, or do you think it's a passport thing?
It's a passport more. So it's not cultural. It's just it's British. British. It's African. I'm British. Possibly is British. So all different colors. It's more cosmopolitan. I mean, you can look at my skin, my color. I can't say Chinese, am I? So
well, that's an interesting question. If I get a Chinese passport, does that make me Chinese?
No.
Why not?
Of course not.
Why not?
Because you're not Chinese.
Well, if I get a British passport, does that make me British? Hello.
You okay? What are you using this for?
I just make YouTube videos.
Right, okay. There have been individuals in the past who've actually come in here and they don't actually display much British value. British value is about tolerance.
I disagree.
British value is not about tolerance?
I don't think we should tolerate things that are counter to the British cultural values.
No, did I say that? It's about tolerance.
It's about tolerance.
Yes, it's about tolerance to other people.
Tolerance and apathy are the signs of a dying society.
No, it's completely different. You're coming from a different objective altogether. So with regards to if you antagonize people...
This is where the situation really turns. A mosque official approaches and wastes no time going on the offensive. He accuses the journalist of antagonizing people, claims the questioning amounts to harassment, and threatens to report them to the police. The journalist is having none of it. They push back clearly and directly, pointing out they are on a public street. Nobody is being forced to participate, and no line has been crossed. The official tries to redefine harassment to fit his argument, but the journalist dismantles it point by point. This exchange is sharp, tense, and the journalist does not give an inch under genuine pressure.
People, then we'll have to report the police, because if these are the people that are coming
so if
here...
I ask the wrong question?
No.
Because you just said my words. You said by the question.
If you antagonize individuals and causing undue harassment or distress, and that's actually the definition, not my definition, this is the definition of harassment.
I'm not asking anyone questions that doesn't want to do interviews.
I'm just informing you on that. Okay.
Muslim as I am.
Yes, we're quite all right. We're just doing interviews. What for? Just for YouTube. Okay. Sorry.
That's okay, that's all right. I mean,
we're just asking people their thoughts on British culture.
Right, okay.
do we have to move on or do we have to stop?
No,
You
we've
know?
actually had a complaint from the imam in the mosque.
Really?
The imam
Yes.
complained.
Yep, yep, yeah.
Oh, about what have we done?
That you're harassing the congregation here.
No, harassing.
yeah.
He just came out and he's quite happy to talk to
We do want to carry on. Maybe not as close to the entrance to the mosque. Maybe slightly further away. Just I don't know.
Yeah,
about
sure.
10
There's
yards-
just lots of people
about
to
10 yards
interview.
further down. Then you might not get people obviously hopefully not calling us again.
It's just obviously because you're right outside the mosque.
Well, we were walking around actually. We
If
just
you were,
stopped
like,
because there were a lot of people.
Down there, like outside,
Yeah.
like Tesco's or something.
It's
it might be a bit different.
All right.
But it's been lovely chatting.
And this is how it all ends. Police step in and confirm they received a formal complaint from the imam inside the mosque, claiming the journalist was harassing the congregation. The journalist stays completely composed, the officer keeps things calm, and the resolution is simply a suggestion to move slightly further from the mosque entrance. That is it. No arrest, no wrongdoing found, nothing. Just a journalist asking willing people on a public street what it means to be British, and an imam deciding that was worth calling the police over. The whole thing wraps up almost too casually given how charged it got. Make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you in the next one.